car is off. One more time to decide the season opener from Daytona in Arca, and it's a great jump from Michael Self back to the front.
Let's see if Tom Hessert can clear Willie Mullins now. Here comes Natalie Decker. She's pulling up on the back bumper of Willie Mullins. Outside line has a little bit of energy now. There's Tolman in the 78. He's now trying to decide whether he's going inside or outside.
And we know Max Tolman is fast. He was fast early.
25 is going to line up behind Hessert here.
And Self is all by himself. He has no help going down the backstretch. Half a lap to go. Does Michael Self have a big enough cushion? Mullins and Hessert for second, with Decker trying to push Hessert to see if they can catch Michael Self as they head to turn number 4. Michael Self has a cushion. Headed down through the tri-oval. Michael Self is going to win at Daytona. Win number 2, and it's at the biggest stock car race in the Arca Series.
Look at the excitement.
Is the number 20 machine of Chandler Smith, the 15-year-old pole sitter here today.
Update quickly on the car that was running 10th when we went to our last commercial break. As soon as we did that, Thad Moffa came down pit road. Lengthy pit stop for that Ford team. The Empire Racing team trying to get back on track. He is back on track, but now back in 14th spot.
White flag in the air for Zane Smith.
We'll see if he can win. Another first-time winner in Arca Racing Series is 2 turns away here at Nashville.
Making it look easy here in the Music City. The California kid is going to rock here in Nashville. Zane Smith wins his first Arca Racing Series presented by Menards Race, and his crew is going to celebrate on pit road. As we're told in the drivers' meeting this morning, to pull to the inside and not hinder the performance of the lead lap race cars, especially when you're battling for the lead. And right now, there's Eckes and Chandler Smith. The white flag is in the air, Jim.
To turn 1, this is Smith's best chance. Now he goes to the outside the wall.
Chandler Smith hard into the wall. Trouble for the 15-year-old battling for the win here at Salem today. Christian Eckes, for the second consecutive race, will have a first-time race winner here in the Arca Racing Series. Eckes from New York takes the win. Kevin Reed, the crew chief down there with Mama Venturini. All sorts of hugs down.
9-time Super Speedway winner Bobby Gerhardt back there in the 5 car.
Watch Michael Self lay back a little bit, worried that the 77 is going to run out of gas. But he doesn't. He goes. He's on the button.
Overtime again. Green again at Talladega, and 1 to go. As they have been all race, they remain side by side, lined up 2 by 2, banging up front. Top 4 all glued together. Smith and Graff in the front row.
Teammates lined up on the inside. Zane Smith and Creed.
That's Creed in the white car. On the bottom in row 2. Self, the Daytona winner, in the green and white Sinclair car up top.
Ooh, they're banging together.
The front 2 check out just a bit. And Smith and Graff are still glued together. Does Graff have enough fuel to get there?
He needs a big push.
Creed looking to find space on the bottom below the yellow line. Gets back up in line. Graff still hanging on. Williams comes to the bottom. Top 2 to the line. Even. Photo finish. Zane Smith has won by inches at Talladega. Look at this, Phil. Joe Graff Jr. on the outside.
What a great job both these young men did. Look at that margin of it's almost too close to call.
I had no idea.
Bothered him. Said he lost his confidence. Then he won at Nashville, and he said the pep is back in my step, and you can see it. Zane Smith, the teenager, a rising talent with 1 lap to go here at Toledo.
3 more clean corners, 4 or 5 cars ahead of him. Let's see if Zane wants to attack that or just kind of lay back and let it come to him. Purdy's looking for an advantage. He's closing quickly here in the final few moments.
Coming off of turn number 4. It'll be a hat trick of wins for Zane Smith early in the year in the Arca Racing Series presented by Menards. And a fine tribute to the 48.
And he is right there on the back end of the 12 of Brandon Jones.
Riley told me if you miss your mark here, it hurts the whole lap. White flag, 1 to go, Vince.
1.5 miles remaining. Brandon Jones out front. Riley Herbst close behind in second. Can Herbst get close enough to make a move on the final lap?
That was a good corner, good exit. See a little bit of a wiggle by Brandon Jones.
Jones looking out that mirror, keeping an eye on Herbst. Into turn 3. Herbst pulls up now, trying to take a look on the outside. Around the lap traffic. Here comes Brandon Jones to the line. He's going to win his first race here in 2018.
What a job, I tell you. Herbst gave him all he wanted, though, Vince.
The debut on the Super Speedway. This might be for Harrison Burton. We've focused on him in the Scott rookie spotlight. One of 3 17-year-olds as Herbst and Graf continue to battle.
That's a battle for the 5th position. Herbst has it.
White flag now for Harrison Burton. Under 2.5 miles to go, and the gap continues to increase. More than 4 seconds.
He can't breathe easy yet. Remember now, if the caution were to come out now, we would have a overtime situation.
There's no line. They need to see the checker.
Half a lap to go.
Look into the tunnel turn. On Wednesday, Harrison Burton needed to be approved to run this racetrack. His first test at this super speedway. Passed with flying colors. Quick.
I think he passed this race test too, didn't he?
Sure looks that way. He hung in most of the way, worked his way to the front, and when he got there, nobody could catch him. 17-year-old Harrison Burton has won his super speedway debut in Arca. Burton dominates the finishing stretch and wins at Pocono.
Of Toledo, Ohio.
All the other finishes, 2nd, 3rd, and 1 4th-place finish in 7 races. The other 6 races, he's done everything but win. That hopefully will end today. He's led a lot of laps. He led the most laps at Daytona, but didn't win. He led over half the races in the last 2.5 miles at the end of last year. Didn't win those races either. It is not over. We have the white flag and 2 more miles for Sheldon Creed.
And this is when all race car drivers will tell you they'll hear every knock inside that race car. Sheldon Creed looking for win number 1 here in Arca. He's got a half a lap to go now to get it done.
At a point, he may be able to coast with this advantage he's built. He's maintained the speed. He told me all season long, I've got to learn how to finish these races. The Alpine California youngster is about to do it here at Michigan.
He can cruise to the finish line now. Out of California, Sheldon Creed at his favorite racetrack takes his first victory in the Arca Racing Series presented by Menards.
Great run by that team. Jeff Stankiewicz that wants to be. He's been noticed by Toyota Racing Development as a driver they want to place in places he can run well. Venture New Motorsports is a development team with Toyota ties. So is MDM Motorsports. This is a great opportunity to showcase on live Mavtv what this young man can do with 1 lap to go, Bob.
1 lap to go for Chandler Smith, the driver from Georgia. In his 4th start in the Arca Racing Series presented by Menards, looks like he's going to go to victory lane. It's been smooth sailing for the last half of this race. Just 15 years old, and now a winner in the Arca Racing Series is Chandler Smith. He gets it done here at Madison. Kevin Reed and that Venturini Motorsports team very happy on pit road.
But everybody's chasing that young man, the 28 of Sheldon Creed, with a 2-second advantage over 2nd place Chase Purdy. Creed comes around, the white flag, the final time around for Sheldon Creed.
Just a great drive here by Sheldon Creed.
Coming up on Kenny Schrader up ahead of him. Schrader back in the 11th spot, the tail end of the lead lap. Creed through 3 and 4. He's going to do it tonight. The winner for the 2nd time this season, Sheldon Creed, victorious at Gateway.
Badly, so Arca may look at that and say, hey, he had no choice.
Riley Herbst has fallen all the way back to 5th. Gilliland is still coming. Creed is right there on his bumper. Gets him a little bit loose. Creed going low for second. Smith splits them 3 wide. All the while, Self continues to gap the advantage.
There's 2 tires and no match for the 4 tires.
Inside. The final few turns. Herbst banging with Roboff.
Herbst is doing all he can do to minimize the loss.
Final couple of turns. Does anyone have anything for Michael Self? Sheldon Creed is going to try it. Down below the line. To the line. Michael Self has won in Chicagoland for the 2nd time in 2018. And they're crashing behind him. Decker and Graf will roll past the line. Self wins by just over 1/10 of a second on Sheldon Creed. Then it's Ty Gilliland.
Adam Chandler Smith, we're looking for anything in terms of what's going on. White flag is in the air.
Well, Smith knows where Creed has to run in these lap cars. Will play to the advantage of our race leader here through turn 2.
Can Chandler Smith get to his back bumper? I don't think he's going to do it. I think those slower cars are too far out in front. And a little wiggle there by Sheldon Creed. He goes way up the racetrack. Here comes Chandler Smith. Can he get to him? No, he's not going to do it. The hat trick of wins in 2018 for Sheldon Creed.
Way to hang on. Sheldon Creed showing that not only can he race and lead a bunch of laps, but win here in the Arca race.
At the 77, trying to inch out ahead, but he does not dictate the start. And a wiggle by the 32 on that speedy drive.
Gus did not get a good run. A lot of bumping and banging. Up the hill goes the 77. Here comes Eckes.
Grab back to 4th. Here comes Riley Herbst on the inside. Gustine all alone for the lead. 2 laps to go. What will happen here? This is exactly what Gustine wants to see. He wants to see Eckes and Herbst go at it. And here comes Graf to the inside.
For all it's worth, he dive bombed to the bottom of 3. He knew he was not going to use his entire brake pedal to make the corner. He got under Herbst and made the pass.
Can Eckes catch him? I don't think it's going to happen. 1 lap down earlier in this race. The driver from South Carolina, Gustine, wins here at Elko. And the crew for the Creed team is just happy as can be.
Board rain on the windshield, Kevin. You see the raindrops on the windshield on Will Rogers' car. Caution's out.
And there's the caution, and we suspect it is for moisture. So that's why Sheldon Creed went after it, because he knew it could be coming to an end. He gave it all, and what a job. Red flag, and there is the official call. Checkers are flying way back in the background on the main straightaway, and Zane Smith is now a 4-time winner.
Trying to get into 2nd on the inside.
Just a little bit of nudge on corner exit when the car is as free as it can be. The 20 car of CV has to fall in line and give up the spot to the 28 of Creed.
Sheldon Creed now has 1 lap to go to catch and try to pass Christian Eckes to get the win. He's come close here. The last 2 years, has he run out of time?
He'll have to make a move going to turn 3 if he has any chance, and Eckes has a big enough gap off the exit of 2 here.
Creed is catching him, but will it be enough time? They head into turn number 3.
Creed sailed it in there for all it's worth. I tell you, there's not much braking going on there.
He ain't gonna do it. He's not gonna do it unless Christian Eckes slips up. It doesn't look like he's going to. He never thought he was a dirt racer, and today Christian Eckes wins on the dirt here at Springfield. 2nd career win.
Caught the field, picking up the pace there in turns 3 and 4. Denise Engel with the green flag in hand. It is out, and we are racing for a 1-lap dash. And look, here we go, scrambling 3 wide down into turns 1 and 2. There's some contact there. Hocevar is in to Joe Graf Jr. That's going to give Zane Smith the lead down the backstretch. Let's see what happens here as they go off into turns 3 and 4. Look at Joe Graf to the inside. He's going to move Zane Smith out of the way. Side by side on a turn 4. Who's it going to be?
Wow.
Joe Graf Jr. is your winner here at Berlin. Oh my goodness, what a finish.
Wow.
Wow. What a finish.
This year in Arca.
The answer is going to come in about a mile and a half right now, Bob. Logan CV on cruise control in the Craftsman Toyota. His second Arca Racing Series start, but just a young, bright future ahead of this young man who has already won a championship last year in the open wheel ranks, leading the USAC National Midget Points. Power Ride champ a year ago, just came off a victory Friday night, his 4th of the season in that division. He's got a lot going on after that Eldora splash and start in the NASCAR Truck Series, leading those 53 laps in impressive fashion. Now backing it up here, big cars, no problem. Logan Seavey on his way to victory.
Frankie Kimmel spotting for him, the son of the 10-time champion Frank Kimmel. He made it look easy here today. The big win in a midget at Lake Ozark Speedway. And Logan Seavey for Venturini Motorsports is going to get the win here at the DeCoin State Fair. Venturini Motorsports sweeping on the dirt in 2018 in Arca.
Will Kimmel second.
On the gas they go. Chandler Smith grabs that lead. Gustine tries mightily but can't do it. Now he's got to hold off the drivers behind him. They're bumping, they're banging into turn number 3. The kid from Georgia is going to get it done again. Chandler Smith with his second victory of the year. Venturini Motorsports.
Victory lane here in the finale of 2018.
I think this young man is going to be a superstar. They call him the showstopper. He's won at just about everything. He won off-road super truck championships at 16 and 17 years old in Robbie Gordon's Stadium Super Truck Series.
What a job Jeff Stankiewicz, his crew chief there, left side of your screen, has done this year.
Inside the final lap for Sheldon Creed. Final few turns. He wrapped up the championship with his first laps in practice as Michael Self has a problem. He'll try to limp his way to the finish. Meanwhile, Sheldon Creed is going to cap off a championship with his 4th win of the season. Coming to the checkered flag, Sheldon Creed has a magical 2018 season. He's the champion and wins the season finale in Kansas.
And now they can celebrate in style.
What a recovery from heavy contact early on with a car that was 3 laps down. The damage to the point there wasn't much left.